Hey guys, my name's Clint Orr, and today I'm going to talk your head off about something that I'm really excited about, so hopefully you'll be excited about it too. It's another, that's right, Ecto-1. So I don't know, you may not know me at all, but when I was 15, back in 2003, my dad and I bought a 1965 Cadillac Ambulance Miller Meteor, and we made a Ecto-1 replica out of it. It's always bothered me because if you look at the 1965 Cadillac, it's a lot different than the 1959, which what the actual Ghostbuster car was. And it stings even more when you think that in 1964, which was 1 year newer than the car we had, it looks a lot more like the Ecto than the car we bought, even though everything else is almost the same. Had this car for 17 years. It's always bothered me. The fins are small, it's boxier, the headlights are vertical instead of horizontal. There's a lot of differences that I've noticed over the years. We made a movie with our Ghostbuster car, which I'm going to do a whole different video about this. So maybe if you care, you can watch that, how we made that. It's on YouTube though, you can go check it out. It's called The Real Ghostbusters. Made that movie 10 years ago. We made a pact 10 years ago and we made the movie. In 10 years, we're going to make a sequel to this. No matter what we're doing in life, we're going to get back together and make another Ghostbusters movie. So the pandemic's happened now, yay. So that's not going to happen. It may be. We're still planning on doing another one eventually, which is why 2 years ago, we found another car to make the Ecto-1A from Ghostbusters 2. So anyway, I've actively been buying parts, building light bars, doing all the stuff for the Ecto-1A. But this car is a 1964 Miller Meteor Cadillac Ambulance, which is still so different than the Ghostbusters car in the movie. I don't know, it still bothers me. So we actually found a 1959 Cadillac, and we were going to cut the fins off of it and mount them onto the 64 Cadillac. So we've been planning this for 2 years now, but I'll do a whole different video about that. So anyway, my dad and I both, over the last almost 2 decades, have developed a really bad habit of just searching Facebook, Craigslist, eBay, whatever, for Cadillac, hearses, ambulances. Just, you never know what'll pop up. We would have never found the 64 if we hadn't been doing this. But so it's about a month into the pandemic, and my dad just calls out of the blue one night. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow?" I said, "Oh, I don't know. Nothing, I guess, because we're on lockdown." And he sends me this link. He found a 1960 Miller Meteor with the wraparound windows. You know, all the hearses, ambulances that we have don't have the wraparound windows like this. If you don't know anything about the Ghostbusters car, the Ecto-1, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do, the 1960 looks almost identical to the 1959. I think most people would not be able to tell the difference. The grill's very similar. It actually has a different front clip. The hoods are interchangeable from what I've read, but the fins are a little different. The taillight housings are different. The back door is the same. The wraparound windows are the same. Yeah, I've been pretty good about not going to the grocery store, not going anywhere up to this point. Because like we've been on lockdown, and I have a 18-month-old daughter, so it's been a nightmare being locked in the house for this much time. This car is only 90 minutes from my house, you know, so we drove 3.5 hours one way to get that 64. The 60, it's listed on Facebook as a Chevrolet ambulance, which is probably why nobody went up and bought it, because these 59 and 60 ambulances are impossible to find. I've been looking for one since 2002. What'll get Clint out of lockdown and quarantine? A Ghostbuster car, apparently. We drove up there, and this is just the middle of nowhere. This guy has basically abandoned cars all over his property, and he's He's got a 1955 Cadillac ambulance sitting right next to it. I don't know why he decided to start selling these cars, but he'd had this car since the 70s. He said he parked it where it was sitting, which is tragic because it has just become one with the earth. You know, the floorboards are gone. All the glass is knocked out, like all the glass. Like these windshields are like $1,000 if you could find one. This wraparound glass, I don't know where we're ever gonna find that. So, but we got the car. We got it loaded up. It's rough. It is not, that 64 we have is in a lot better shape. But we got it back to, my dad has a junkyard. So we got it fittingly back to the junkyard, cleaned it out, got some look at what we have to work with. Basically the hump in the middle of in the front of the car is the only thing holding the front half of the car to the back half of the car. The roof is in good shape. Drip rails aren't rotting out. All the glass, like I said, is gone. The rocker panels, when you take this piece of chrome off right here, the rocker panels are gone. Couldn't get the passenger side door open, so we're gonna have to worry about that later. But all the other doors opened okay. We greased like all the doors, so they open pretty well. The interesting thing is in the back, it's missing one of the jump seats. So these old ambulances have 2 seats right here. The floor is shot in the back. The good thing is it's all flat metal, and we're building a Ghostbuster car out of it anyway, so it doesn't matter. The fun part though is that I said earlier that we bought a 1959 Cadillac 4-door. We were gonna take that car and chop it up and put it on the 64. So that plan is gone now. So now we obviously are going to take the quarter panels from here back off of the 59 Cadillac and put them on the 60, because basically it will look exactly like this car with the quarter panels, because the 60 fins are about like that. They're a little smaller. The front clip, I've read they are interchangeable, so we're going to take the front clip off of that 59 Cadillac we have too. A front clip being the grille, bumper, and fenders, and the hood. So all of that from our 59 Cadillac is going to go onto the new Ecto we were building. These blue lights, in 2002, when I was building the first Ghostbuster car we ever made, we have the correct lights on that 1965 Cadillac. And we paid $100 a piece. But now, God, these blue lenses on these lights are like extinct. They stopped making these in 2000, within the last 10 years. The light bars on the actual Ghostbuster car were 48 inches. So the bars we have on the other car, the 65, are 48 inches. They're correct. The other ones are, 54 inches, and they just look really big. If you look in them, if you watch the trailer for the new Ghostbusters movie, Afterlife, they have the wrong bar on the front of the car and the right one on the back. So you can kind of tell the bar's too big. It bothers me, but whatever. So here's the dilemma. I have all the correct stuff. This roof rack is exactly like the real one on the 65, or it's really close. The oxygen tanks are different. But it's all stuff we could fix eventually. So what do you think? Should we take the stuff off of the 65 and put it on the 60? Because we are actually going to go for a Ghostbusters Afterlife look. Because if you look at our car, it's already pretty rotten. So do I take the real bars off of the car we have and put some not so screen accurate bars on that car, or do I leave that car exactly like it is? My dad says we should just leave that car alone, but I'm not sure. But that's it. I told you I was going to talk your heads off. But we don't have any updates at this point. We've had that car for about 3 months. I just thought I'd make a video because if you guys get excited online about it, then maybe I'll get more excited to go do something with it. Keep up with our channel. I'm going to post updates when I have them. I think when I collect, we may build the actual roof rack pretty soon. Yeah, it's going to not be completely accurate, so it's always going to drive me crazy, but a junky 1959 Cadillac Miller Meteor ambulance sold for like $45,000 on eBay last year, so I'm never gonna have one of those cars. This project may look really, really rough to some of you guys. There may be some negative comments on here saying, yeah, good luck with that. You know what? I've got plenty of time. We're building the 1A is probably gonna be our priority first, and then the Afterlife car is gonna kind of just be piece by piece. So I will update you guys. We may end up just building a roof rack, or at least collecting all this stuff. I don't know. Who knows? I may find some more bars and not even have to worry about the other ones. But that's it. I'm gonna go and edit this video. So until next time. All right. See you then.